ready for some breakfast, Tux? You ready? Come on, buddy. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Good boy. Good boy. Hi. Here you go. Good morning. Hey, Stripey. Hi. Morris. Hi, honey. Good morning. Hey, Mart. That's the bathroom window, and we've been watching the bluebirds come and go. They've got a second nest of the year in that box. It's a pretty day. Cooler temps today. High as it's gonna get, it's mid-80s, maybe even low 80s. It feels cooler and there's a bit of a breeze. I'll take it for sure. Hi guys, good morning. So Donnie, what are we gonna do today?
Well, we're gonna go down to Buc-ee's in Florence, and we're going to check out that supercharger, let you do a better video than I did, and maybe we'll post it up to Zach and Jesse's place. But on the way, we're gonna take a little detour. We're gonna take the back roads. We're not gonna take the interstate. We're gonna go to Rockingham, the new supercharger in Rockingham, and we'll do a thing there. So that's where we're going now, is this guy right here. And so that's our first stop, and then we're gonna go from there to Buc-ee's. And if we come across a nice place, we'll go for a walk.
Right, we plan to walk someplace today, most likely.
Right. Let's see. Add stop. Add stop. Oh, come on. Add stop.
So we remember now, you just click on the supercharger. It's going to be this 13, one, right? Yeah. It's the, well,
it is.
And then on there, there's the add button.
Yeah.
And it added it. Now, it didn't add it in the order that we want to do it. So when it's done calculating, just to be kind, it's still calculating. Then I'm going to do a edit trip, and I'm going to slide it in the other direction.
Right. Because we're going to probably come home quick on the interstate.
Right. We'll want to come home 95 faster. We'll be done for the day at that point. So,
so it says we'll be in Florence at 2 o'clock this afternoon.
Right. But it also has this little problem. I'm just waiting to see. It said something I didn't like there for a minute, but let's see if that's true. Okay, it says we don't have to charge in Rockingham. I just saw the 0 minutes and I thought I saw 0%, and I'm like, no, we're gonna get, we didn't charge Ruby up. She's got a little shy of 80%. She, you know, she lost a few miles while she sat. But we will plug in Rockingham because we can, and we haven't been to that supercharger before. Anyway, we're going driving today. We're getting some miles on Ruby. We're going driving. It's gonna be, I think all said and done, it's gonna be 250 miles today.
Right, it sounds right.
Yeah, let's just look at trips just to see where we are.
Yeah, we should probably
We're at 98.81, and yeah, I don't care if we clear trip B.
Right, trip B.
A. I meant reset trip A, right? So we can see what we did today. But we don't normally care about this because Tesla 5 tells us everything we need to know.
Right.
But when you start charging in the middle of the day, then you can't count on since last charge as your daily miles, and that's when you might care about trip A a little bit more.
Well, it's a really pretty day, and my girl, she's enjoying these twisty, curvy roads on 42. You see that sign there? That's right, baby. That's what it is. This is like my favorite little road, and you know, my girl, she's doing good.
Yeah, I'm driving. That's why Ruby's let me know I was going a little heavy-footed there.
Yeah. Well, you don't get in trouble for going over the speed limit.
That's true. Well,
Yeah.
I was only a couple miles.
You know, me, I'd be going over the yellow line, over the white line, you know, all these kinds of things. So that's why I'm not driving, because my safety, we're still keeping the safety score really high on Ruby, so that as soon as Elon lets older Model X's and S's get the beta again, we should be all set. We've got the cameras, and we've got the safety score, and then maybe she'll let me drive Ruby again.
Wow, that 90D, that paint on that car, it looks brand spanking new.
It's pretty.
It's very pretty.
I think it's white interior, because I can see the seats.
Yeah, I agree. It's either white or beige. It's not black.
It's not black.
Hard to know with an S. It might be beige.
That's true.
But the paint, I'm just like, wow. Looks fantastic. We're here in Tramway, getting on US 1. There's a nice diner here in this town that we've eaten at a couple times coming through from various events. We would recommend the Tramway Diner. Don't know that we'll be stopping there today, but if you come through Tramway, the diner is good. The Women's US Open is in Pinehurst today, so we diverted through Carthage a little bit west to go back south. And you know, it's all country roads, all back road stuff today, which is what we wanted on the way down here. Couple extra miles, no big deal. So Don and I have talked a few times over the last couple days about the whole Elon wants everybody to come back to the office thing, and I guess all we can say is we saw the ability to work from home come and go at IBM several times through several different leadership groups. Sometimes it was highly encouraged. Sometimes it was, you're not doing that, we don't care what, you better get in the office. I think at IBM, one of the things was is they had all this leased space, these old buildings that they'd had this real estate for a long time, and you would walk down the halls and there'd be nobody in the buildings, and you're paying to air condition them and maintenance and own them, and you'd have no one in them. And also there was the productivity. You know, a little bit if it came down to individual first line and second line managers. You know, sometimes the policy came down from corporate, sometimes it came down from the second line, sometimes it came down from the first line. So it went up and down, back and forth, it varied. It was like a rubber band, depending on what year and what climate and that kind of thing. So I guess we can understand why Elon would have said everybody come back in the office unless you've got a really good reason to not be in the office. Yeah, I worked from home a lot when I was when I started having the kids. I had first line managers that were receptive to work from home time, and then when I had the cancer, I worked part-time or worked from home a good bit. So I certainly am familiar with the you know, things that happen during the day while you're trying to be a productive work from home employee. And I would say Don is excellent at working from home and staying on task and counting his hours properly and not getting involved in household stuff. And that's partly because I do a good job of not involving him and handling things for him. But he's just good at, you know, he was good when he was a single guy in the office too, and staying on task and not hanging out at the coffee machine and all of that stuff. So he was always good at it. Me, you know, pretty bird to come up to the bird feeder and I'd have to stop and take a photo. Girlfriend to come to the front door and that was a 15-minute conversation. I'd get tired in the afternoon, so I'd fall asleep for a few minutes, which does not mean that I wasn't putting in my time and getting the job done. But it probably did mean that I wasn't excelling, you know, 100% full throttle all the time, which is what Elon is asking of people. And he never asked from people more than I think he asked from himself. So, you know, I think I get it. I understand it. I'm good with it. But, yeah, I can certainly see why some people probably really need to be back in the office, even though it doesn't seem like that kindler, gentler job that people are looking for these days. So you can tell we're down in the sand hills instead of the Piedmont area of North Carolina now. The soil is more sandy and there's a lot more pine trees than oak trees. Definitely notice a difference in the foliage. So Ruby thinks it's 35 through here and I had to take over driving because it's really 55. She tried to slow down, but not a phantom brake. It was a legitimate, the speed limit is telling me it's 35. I'm going to restrict auto steer to 40. I'm slowing down. I was like, nuh-uh, that's not cutting it. This guy's actually picked up his speed. So we are on the interstate for just a minute here. 73. I guess it also shares 74. 74 is in for some more expansion. That runs over to Monroe. So Don did find us a nice place to walk, this Hitchcock Creek Trail, and we're going to hit it before we hit the Rockingham Supervisor. There's an old cotton mill there.
Yeah, former site of an old cotton mill, but I don't know that anything will still be there. We'll find out. It's apparently a 2-mile trail. It's a mile out and a mile back, and it is shady. So I think this is like almost perfect for us.
So we're here at the Hitchcock Creek Trail, and there is the old mill. You can actually see the remnants of the building.
Yeah, but look here. There's some kind of foundation here. It goes out, goes across, and comes back.
Okay.
So there was another building here.
Another building at some point.
I don't know what it was. I mean, this piece of concrete's been here a long time.
Yep, I agree. And you can see the bridge over here leads onto the actual trail, which Don said was in the shade, and it is in the shade. This is not the bridge, that's further to my left, but they did put in a little ramp so you could get down here to the water. Whoa, it's the sand on it, and it's dry. It was quite angled. It was a little slick. I almost went for a little slide there. But there's the bridge we'll be going over. It's nice down here. It's cool. It feels cool. You see there's a lot of tannin in the water. It's all dyed that murky brown color. You got your watch going?
Watch, I almost wasted all that energy walking this thing and getting 0 credit for it.
Because you know, if his watch doesn't give him credit, he didn't walk.
Wasted time.
So Don read that they removed the dam here to improve water quality.
2009.
So a while ago.
So this was like a water wheel. So this was probably, you know, way different back in the day.
Yeah. Well, here's some of the original foundation, I guess. More of this thing. So there's part of the top of the dam?
That's the top of the dam.
Wow. So yeah, this place must have looked radically different at one point. Hey, I do love you. He's being patient. I turned back to get an important Pokemon, a Tokol or something, a camel that's a regional, that's only out today and tomorrow in our part of the world. Okay. He just nods and smiles and is kind to his girl about her Pokemon Go addiction. You know, it works really well along with the Tesla driving program, though, you know.
Hey.
Have car will drive, have trail will walk. It fits for me. I'm impressed with the number of primitive benches in the park. I've seen not less than 20 scattered all about. That's nice. Not to mention there's a serious number of bridges out here with quite a good span. So there's another mill relic area, historical area.
Mills along the way.
Oh wow, Donnie, look at that. I told him he did really good today. He's getting my walk-in a beautiful location on a pretty day.
Yeah, but you gotta look down there.
Yeah, the water is
almost red. It's so it's got some
amber.
Amber. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, and that's some serious. Look at the leaves, how fast they're moving. There's some current there.
Yeah, Don said he saw a thing for tubing or something.
Yeah, I did.
We might have to come back. One of us didn't get to go for a float yet this summer.
Well, this has been a really good little trail. Not particularly long. I think it's going to end up being, like the one said, it's going to basically be 2 miles total. A lot of magnolias. If it's dry, like it hasn't rained in a while, it's really good surface, easy to walk on. And shady all the way. I mean, this is the sunniest, you know, the dappled sun is all you get. So you don't even need a hat really for this. Even in the, I mean, we're in the middle of the day. It's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon right now. And yet, total shade. And it's really nice. You actually, this is the loop. You go out that way and you come back this way. So a good third of it is not repeated, and then of course this repeats all the way back to the
yeah, we're not quite all the way out yet. Yeah, I would say the surface out here is so good you could push a wheelchair. Don would certainly be okay on his unicycle with the big wheel out here.
Yeah, I agree.
And like Don said, we've been surprised at some of the beautiful 40, 50 foot tall southern magnolias. We're crossing the creek again. It's very pretty. We were going to tell you to bring bug spray, but we haven't been bothered by a single bug, and Don thinks the tannin in the water helps to hold down the mosquitoes at least. Yeah. Don't go off the trail though. There's a lot of poison ivy. So there's one of those 50 foot tall southern magnolias. There's even some of the flowers up high. Come down and let the camera adjust and you can see the base of it. Just gorgeous.
So we're at the end of the thing. That's the parking lot straight ahead, but this is the little pieces of the dam or the spillway or whatever was here. You can hear the rapids. It's very peaceful sounding.
Yeah, Don points out that this cement over here is really part of the old buildings that were here too. Maybe we can go on Wiki and look at what it looked like back in its heyday. Very enjoyable walk if you're coming down to the Rockingham Supercharger and you'd like to do something a little different. Highly recommend.
Yeah.
Well, Ruby just popped up the autopilot cameras unavailable message. We haven't seen that in a few weeks, but of course I haven't been driving as much either. Last time this has happened, we've had to go overnight to get it to clear. It didn't clear on the next drive, but we are going to supercharge, so you never know.
Yeah, it's possible.
We are in the Richmond, as in Richmond County Plaza Shopping Center. It's just a left turn right up here.
Yeah, I think I'd go in
right between the cement there.
I wouldn't go all the way up to that intersection.
Sure.
I see them. They're right there.
I see them now too. Right by Little Caesars. And there's a Belk still in this town. Belk is a little southern clothing store.
Oh, so it's on the other side.
Yeah, I was confused about that too, but well, it's on both sides. Okay, so the answer is it's on both sides.
Jules is here.
I know. I told you, Jules just goes wherever we go. Jules goes.
These are all version 3, so you can park anywhere you want.
Toad and Tagger's 77th Air Refueling Squad. I actually like it. We really shouldn't, you know, sticker up, vandalize the supercharger, but on the other hand, that was still pretty cool. What, Donnie?
I would say just plug it in, please.
Plugging it in.
Yep.
Backseat driver.
Yep.
These are 250 kilowatts, so yeah, there's a Vermont tag. No, South Carolina, but VT, maybe veteran. Yeah, veteran tag. And then these two Model Ys. But like I said, there's a Belk. It's a Southern clothing store. The one in Fuquay. Oh God, there's a Roses in this parking lot. This is an old school shopping center. There's a McDonald's across the street. Kentucky Fried Chicken. Firehouse Subs. Some stuff on the other side I can't see. Yeah, and Little Caesars. We won't be here long. Ruby's got 101 miles. We don't need a charge to get to Buc-ee's. We're just charging because we've never been to this supercharger before. We're gonna film a Now You Know video and we'll head out shortly. Yeah, we're up to 138 miles. We're getting 91 kilowatts. Don's gonna unplug us. We got plenty to get to our destination.
Yep.
All right, go for it.
Yep.
Make yourself useful. Thank you, Donnie.
You're welcome.
Yeah, Ruby's hot. We're hot. It's 86 out there now. we're gonna get at the supercharger at 30%. The Williston Road one in Florence is the one with the new Buc-ee's. So just to say, I do have a truck over there to my left that's not really there. Like we've seen this bug show up before. I think it happens when I'm parked in the bright sunlight and there's somebody up on the left side. It seems to trigger it for some reason. I don't know. We did have a Century event back there at the park, but it was just me and Dawn when we came back to the car to get something. It wasn't anybody else, so I don't know. Last time this happened, I was able to actually use autopilot. So we get out on the interstate later, I think I'll still be able to use it for lane keeping. Although, switching lanes to try to go around people when there's nobody there, but she thinks there's somebody there and she alerts and goes red and about has a meltdown, that's not so fun. So she'll do lanes keeping, but the moving to the left in traffic, it becomes she won't pass anybody. You can't use the turn signal to pass, so it is limited. Woo, we in South Carolina, Marlboro County.
Yeah, the road's changed.
And not for the better. We're on 38 South, and we've seen West Virginia, Tennessee, Ohio, I think Illinois. We've seen a lot of people apparently cutting over to 95 on 38 South here in South Carolina. It's a combination Porters and Kens all in one back there with the little strawberry looking water towers, like very similar to the one Porter Farms and Nursery has up by us. Alright, so the Google map doesn't know that this thing is here because of course it's new, and we're coming in not on 95, we're coming in on one of the country roads, which this has been a great way to come into it, and it only costs like an extra minute or something to not get out on 95. I'm all about avoiding the interstate if it's not going to, especially if it's not going to save me any time. But anyway, we'll be trying to figure out where to turn in up here, coming from this direction.
This is where I wanted to turn.
That one to the left there is closed, but it will eventually be open. But still, this is easy entry in. Okay.
Right. Now, there's the supercharger right here.
Right at the road.
Where all those cars are parked, blocking all the supercharge. Well, maybe not. They may have petered out by the time, because you see the white cabinets down. Travel trailers coming out.
Wow, so there was all of those gas, pumps. Thank you. I don't know why I couldn't come up with that word. I just couldn't. This is a zoo. It is a absolute zoo.
This is exactly like
it was, huh?
This is the same way. Johnny,
oh my God.
Well, see, I went through the gauntlet of the cars at the gas pump, and I figured this couldn't be any worse.
Right.
And actually, it's not bad. There's just a lot of things going on. You're going straight all the way down there.
Yeah, I see. I just, giving the guy at the forklift a break.
Right. Someday when you be able to turn in and make that right turn, it'll be fine. But that day may never come.
Right. Well, this is,
yeah, there's actually a accident right there. There's actually a guy. I can
believe there's an accident. So there are supercharger stalls that are not in use and not iced.
That's right.
And, this guy over here with the pickup truck, I think that one stall is not actually a stall.
That's right. He's probably okay.
Alright, so there's 16 stalls here. I didn't count, but there's probably 10 available. Plenty. I understand why they could potentially be iced here, because the darn parking lot is just really, really busy full. So Dawn bumped Ruby up to 100%. We're currently getting 128 kilowatts. We're at 102 miles, so we're not at a real low state of charge. Looking at home right now, it'd be minus 7%. So obviously we need some juice to get to the house without having to stop at another supercharger. There's options. There's Lumberton and Fayetteville and even Smithfield. So, but anyway, we're gonna go walk around inside. Right. And let Ruby charge for a bit. Right. We'll leave. I'm sure by the time we walk around to get back, she'll be ready to go. So they're making us walk through the cars. There's like not a dedicated pedestrian walkway, and as busy as this parking lot is, I would really prefer that they had a specific pedestrian walkway marked. I just don't quite get it. Yeah, Don thinks they have to have so many trees, and I agree with that.
Right, the ratio of green to hard pavement, but I would think the ratio here is totally out of whack anyway, because there's got way more hard surfaces than soft, and so I don't see that any possible little bit the sidewalk would take away would change the ratio more than a 0.01%.
Right, and I would say too that, you know, everyone might not use the pedestrian walkway, but some of us would. It should be there whether people use it or not. Don's checking out the Buc-ee's high back rocker.
Yeah, well, the only problem is it's not like Joe's. It doesn't fold up enough.
Right. Sorry, I was cutting off your head. I apologize. Yeah, Joe's folds up so it doesn't take up so much space. This one's not compact.
This is a
comfortable, but not compact.
Right. Joe's has got one that basically folds up like that, and it makes it easy to carry.
Sure, and this one wouldn't have a carry case, or it'd be fine on your back porch, I guess. There are several photo ops and hopefully soon to be Pokestops here at the Buc-ee's. There is a van or a truck or something here that somebody claimed one Pokestop. Must have been here under construction. So it's meant when you come in that the first thing you have access to are the gas pumps, and there are a lot of gas pumps. It's wow.
Yeah, I was surprised the queuing system over there wasn't any more than round robin, grab it when you see it. It wasn't any, they just sort of dump you at the gas pumps and you kind of drive up either the center aisle or that far. You see the cars coming across over there?
Yeah.
Those are the cars going up. And I guess you get up there, maybe you could turn and come back down. I don't know. I didn't pay attention because I was in that line over there. That's why I wanted you to come over to this side.
So are they actually queued up over there waiting or something?
Yeah.
Huh. So there are at least two major entrances. This is on the gas pump side, and then, you know, we walked in one from the supercharger side. They look pretty similar.
Where's your livestock?
I don't know. Does Buc-ee's at all locations have deer corn? Limit 120 bags per vehicle.
Wow, that was kind of interesting, but it wasn't really that long of a wait anywhere, just a minute or so.
It's busy.
It's busy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Buc-ee's puts Black Friday shopping to shame. That if you could survive that, you could survive Black Friday.
Yeah, you don't get run over out at Black Friday in the parking lot like here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's too bad this isn't closer to the house.
The truth.
It's a pound of sliced brisket, because you know we don't chop brisket.
Right, because I figured that would be easier to eat.
Yum.
Yeah.
I suppose I didn't know for sure they were going to put sauce on it. We could have told them we don't want the sauce. They had the brisket there. They really want you to have sugar.
Right. I didn't know that they didn't. I shouldn't. We'll do it for next time.
So Donnie said that whole thing would have been about enough for him.
Yeah.
But I'm going to cook us something when we get home. We got a couple of steaks defrosted. We've got avocados for guacamole. We've got stuff. We didn't realize they were going to put all of that much sauce on it. We thought we was just getting chopped brisket. And so we would probably do sliced and probably tell them to hold the sauce the next time.
That's right.
I don't know if the brisket was any good or not, because all I got to taste was the sauce.
Right. I agree. I enjoyed it. It was very good. I mean, but the only drawback is I didn't want that much sugar.
Yeah, and there was a lot.
Yeah, if I was going to have that much sugar, I'd rather have ice cream.
Yeah. For a minute, Don thought he's going to have to walk all the way back up to the store, but there is a trash can out here, thank goodness. Yeah, there's no provisions here right now for vehicles with boats or trailers. You know, I see that one trash can out in the parking lot, but I can't for the life of me see another trash can anywhere. They do have a lot of staff right now, and there was people picking up. Oh, so the women's bathroom, a stall for every woman, like had 8 places for toilet tissue, and they were all full, all had handicap rails. It was totally clean in there, and they had attendants in there helping to direct traffic. The sinks were in the middle, and I was surprised the soap dispenser wasn't automatic, but the water and the hand towels were. So The bathroom was plenty nice. It was plenty nice, total privacy in there, so that's good. Hi, Zach and Jesse, Dawn and Marianne here at the brand new Florence, North Carolina. South Carolina.
I just reaffirmed, if you're coming southbound on I-95, it's easy to get into this place, and even actually kind of easy to get out. You have to go through the roundabout to get out, but then it's a right turn on the 95, so it's very easy southbound. Northbound is a little trickier. You have to do left turns to come by it, and then you have to go all the way down to the roundabout and then come back up here to get to the supercharger. Then it's a left turn out anyway, and left turn back onto I-95. A lot of left turns.
We got up to 246 miles running our math. We're down to 20 kilowatts. Dawn's unplugging and we are out of here. Hey, Ruby's got a software update. Update available 2022.12.3.20. I don't suppose that happens to be a beta. Probably not. Because what are we on now? We're on 12.3.2, so we're going up to 12.3.20. Maybe it'll fix my camera problem. Well, there was a stop sign.
Right, no. You're doing great. So this is the easy way to get in. If you're southbound, you can come in right here, and man, you're right at the superchargers. I would go down one more, and then I would turn here. There we go. And then I would make the left turn and follow that truck. Now, like I said, in the future, you'll be able, even going northbound, you'll be able to come in here.
Oh no.
Well, that's what I said.
It's not an accident. It's somebody's car stopped.
Right. All these people have to make a right turn. You can't.
We all making right turns.
Yeah, you gotta make a right turn out of the parking lot. Yeah, but and maybe even in the future they're not going to let you. But you can make a right turn in here in the future, not right now. Although they've got the double line there, maybe they don't intend for you to cross over. It's hard to say. I'm just saying this thing is a northbound is tricky. So,
we won't pretend to understand fully the traffic strategy here.
All the way
to the left
lane.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're leaving now. The right lane pretty much dumps you into the gas pumps. The middle lane, you have a choice of going the way we're going, or
it's okay, sweetie. You're from New York. You can enter the circle. Promise.
Yeah. Well. Now you want to stay in the left lane. Yeah. You want to. Yeah. You're doing perfect. I was just saying it at the traffic light. You want to be in the left lane because you got to make a left onto I-95.
Okay.
If you were going south, you would just stay in the right lane and go south. But you want to. This way, you're in the correct lane to get
turn after I turn.
Yes, because it's a left turn on the 95.
Okay. And the pickup truck, he stays in his lane, would be good.
Yeah. Well, you're good. Yeah. See, it says Fayetteville, left lane. That's where we're going.
All right.
And you know, it's like I said, if you're going southbound, man, you just right over there in that lane, you're on 95. So this is what I was trying to say. They have their own little exit lane for Buc-ee's. So I mean, southbound, this is sweet. Northbound is a little needs left turns. It hasn't been bad, but it is. You know, instead of it being probably 3 minutes, maybe 4 maximum to get on and off southbound and navigate the parking lot, it's probably 5 minutes, maybe as much as 7 minutes to navigate. But that's it over there. We were over there.
Bye bye, Buc-ee's.
I enjoyed it. That was a hoot. It was an experience.
So just to be clear, the most direct route is 128 miles to the house. 2 hours. I'm feeling good right now. If I get sleepy, I'll stop and Dawn can drive. I'm
a little slow, but so far today we've done 157 miles. We're probably 5 miles from Buc-ee's. So probably about 152 miles. We're averaging 309 watt hours per mile. Of course, since the last charge, we're at 459, but Marianne's doing something over the speed limit. Let's just leave it at that.
Well, I'm out here on the interstate now. I got to get around this Amazon Prime truck.
Yeah, well, let me tell you, Johnny and I, we could barely hold on. That Model Y could barely keep up with that Amazon Prime truck when I was coming. That guy was boogieing. So I would say we're doing good. We 100, how many miles home?
128 from the Buc-ee's.
128 from the Buc-ee's.
Like Johnny said, the road over here is really loud, like extra loud, annoyingly loud. Please, let's get back to North Carolina.
Marianne's doing it, and this guy's going by, and he doesn't know right in front of that minivan's a cop.
Right, I got the South Carolina State Trooper in front of me, so we're good.
Yeah, Marianne is simply keeping up with the State Trooper. That's all she's doing.
Barely.
Keeping up with the State Trooper.
He's gone. He's down the road now. Yeah, he was booking.
Yep, there it is, south of the border. It's not very much going on there. I guess the restaurant's still open based on the number of cars and the gas station. But the hotel doesn't look too good, arcade. But right up here there's a Sunoco. Yeah, they sell, it looks like it's got, the gas stuff is doing fine. And of course, what you see south of the border, which border?
Welcome to North Carolina.
Thank you, Google.
Robeson County. I did not know this would be Robeson.
Yep.
We're in Fayetteville now, not too far from Fort Bragg on Business 95. I thought I'd show you the pretty flag. Looked awesome.
Camping World RV sales.
Well, friends are reaching out and letting me know that version of the software that Ruby wants to download as soon as we get to the house does have the beta, is the beta. I think I'm going to be able to turn the beta on Ruby. Yay! I was planning on doing some driving tomorrow, so I guess we'll test it out tomorrow. Don's thinking he's going to work a few hours. I'm thinking...
Oh, but we'll go out and try it for sure. We have to have another one of these blizzards.
I guess while the teenager's away, no, we let him know that, like, they have this new caramel fudge thing that cheesecake thing he's gonna want. Anyway, since we had all that sugar at Buc-ee's and ruined our diet for the day, we figured we'd just go ahead and do it up good and we'd have some more sugar. So we're down here at the Dairy Queen in Fayetteville. But any rate, we'll be home in a bit, and that software download usually happens pretty quick. And then I'll go in and schedule it. So we'll let you know how it goes. I know we've had it on Jules for a few days, but with Don working, it's just not working out during the week. And here this next week, I'm sorry, but it's just all about Ruby and her 5-year anniversary birthday and 100,000 miles. So then we can get back to some more Jules coverage. Got to switch back and forth, even it out. So at least twice today, I've been in autopilot when we've gone through a school zone, and she slows up for this is the speed limit during school hours sign, when obviously it's not a school day, nor is it school hours. So they need to handle that case, obviously, and I would suggest that the computer can do the math using the calendar and time functions just fine to figure out what speed needs to be done at that time of day and day of the week. All right, 7:44, we're home. Don looked at the end of the driveway. I'll show us in a minute. I think it was 274 miles today. It would have been a little less if we hadn't done the Rockingham stop. That added on another 20-25 miles, which we're glad we did. Change things up going down from coming back, so it wasn't all trip A is 273 miles, and the odometer's at 99,154. Watt hours per mile today was 327. That's really good. The temperature was just totally workable today. Even throwing in some interstate speeds there today. That's pretty darn good for Ruby. Ruby has the beta! Along with apparently everybody else that's been waiting eons for it. Congratulations, everybody, for keeping your driving score up and getting it on today. Yay! So excited.